Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the LS-113. This is another nano quad from Lian Sheng. This is the box that the box comes in, so we can go ahead and get that out of the way. So again, it comes in this nice plastic carrying case like some of their other nanos have. We'll go ahead and open it up, take the quad out. So it is a pretty cool design. This is actually like a scaled down Hubsan X4 FPV, the H107D frame. So it's like a little nano version of that. I mean, you can kind of recognize this dimpling from the H107D. So kind of cool to see a nano version of that. They've added these built-on prop guards, and they are part of the frame, so there is no removing them. And then they do not come up above the props, even though they curl up like that. They do not protect above the props, which is a little disappointing. It has, I believe, a 110 milliamp hour internal battery mounted on the bottom. It takes about 25 minutes to charge, and you only get about 3 minutes and 15-second flights, but it has a good 40-second LVC warning, so lots of warning to get it back to yourself. But it's pretty heavy for its size, you know, and the prop guards and everything, so the flight times aren't super long. But yeah, you open up the bottom here and you've got all your extra stuff and your manual and everything. So this is the USB charging cable, and just like all other nanos, you just plug it into the back there. The battery isn't really intended to be swappable or anything. Your transmitters, your pretty standard nano style transmitter. There's no bumpers, so you just click the sticks. I believe right stick is for flips, and so you click it and move the, whichever direction you want to flip. And it's a little bit slow on the recovery again because it's heavy. After it does the flip, it likes to lose height, and it takes a lot of throttle, even just to hover this thing. So after a flip, it takes a bit of a hit. And then it has 3 different rates, which I believe is clicking the left stick. And the yaw rate changes, and it's a fast yaw rate, especially on high rates. This thing has very, very high pitch and yaw rates, so it can do nice tight funnels. But again, because of the weight, it ends up losing elevation in a funnel, so you can't get too crazy with it just because of the lack of power. It does have really nice internal LEDs. So they kind of, glow through the arms there. It's got blue eyes. I don't know if that's showing up. There we go. So you can see it's got those cool blue eyes inside, and then the LEDs are kind of in the motor arms. There's a little hole there, but with this white body, you can see it glow through the frame. And so, it's white in the front and green in the back. So pretty visible. Let's see, it does have a headless mode, which you move the sticks out like that. Before you take off, when you're on the ground, you move both sticks to the out corner, and that turns on headless mode. And then after you land and then move them both to the inside corner like that, that'll turn off headless mode. But you know me in headless mode, I think it's pretty worthless. And just like all, it loses orientation after a while, so I don't even think I'll demo headless mode anymore until I find one that it's actually substantial and works in. When it doesn't work very well, I don't even think it's worth showing off, but it does have it for those of you that want that for whatever reason. And you can recalibrate the accelerometer. This one's a little bit weird. So after you bind, you got to give it that throttle to bind it. But before you give throttle that first time to actually take off, you need to hold the left stick down left and the right stick up left. And you have to do that before your first actual throttle where the blades spin. And then once you give it throttle and start flying, you can't recalibrate the accelerometer. You've got to turn it off, rebind. That has to be the first thing you do after binding the quad. So a little bit awkward there. Let's see if there's anything else to say. I did find the yaw to be a little bit touchy, like one of those ones where you just, you hit a certain point and all of a sudden it's spinning out of control. There doesn't seem to be a super nice, smooth, pitch curve in the yaw. Like it goes in steps or something where all of a sudden you're just like full yaw. So a little bit touchy on the yaw. But I did find it to be, a little bit sporty, kind of a stunty quad. But then with the, the heavy weight and the low power, it can get a little bit out of control. But yeah, I think that's all there is to say about it. So let's go take it for a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the Lian Sheng LS-113. Go ahead and give her a spin. Probably do a little night flight with this one. Check out these LEDs in the dark. So that's medium rates. And there's high rates. Crazy fast yaw. Get a pirouette or a funnel going. How about that? Alright, and there's low rates. So quite a bit slower on low rates. It yaws faster to the right than to the left, which is kind of weird. There's right, there's left. Right, right, left. So it's almost like it has 6 different yaw rates depending on which direction you yaw to. But I like flying in medium rates. I think that's a pretty good pitch and yaw rate for just flying. Let's do some flips. So a little slow on the recovery there. You gotta get a lot of throttle, full throttle. Full throttle, full throttle. Whoa, gets a little crazy after a flip. Alright, let's take it in for a landing. Ooh, bad landing. And let's check it out in the dark. Looks pretty cool already. White and blue in the front and green in the back. Definitely plenty visible. I mean, you can hear it screaming. It uses a lot of throttle. It's pretty heavy for a nano, so you're up to like 75-80% throttle just to keep a elevation, keep a hover going. Whoa, full throttle, full throttle. Full throttle, full throttle, full throttle. Full throttle, full throttle. Ooh, did not like that one at all. Let's just do a little bit more flying. Probably doesn't have too much juice left. Let's do a night funnel. That looks pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. That's just dancing around one motor there, and that's full pitch, full yaw. Nice, easy funnels. Oh, looks like I'm starting to lose power there. Let's take it up for a landing. A little touch and go. Alright, well there we go. That's the LS-113. A little bit heavy for a nano, but it looks really cool. Very, unique design. Has that little H107D, scaled down kind of look. Pretty cool. Alright, we'll check the video description for price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.